Hello, Ms. Buchanan's Algebra 1A students. For December 11th, I'm looking at the literal equations. Solve each equation for the indicated variable. So I'm going to write in red what I'm doing here so that you can see. I have to solve for x. So I want to solve for x. So in order to solve for x, I've got to I solved for c. I already see a problem there. Okay. So in order to solve for x, I've got to subtract c from both sides. These cancel out, so I'm left with x equaling g minus c. So I would just write g minus c. Okay. Good thing I looked at that. Had a problem with it already. Number two. We're going to solve for a. So in order for me to solve for a, what I got to do is I'm going to subtract k from both sides. So subtracting k. So I subtracted k. Now I have u minus k equals a negative a. Here's the problem. I don't want to know what negative a means. I want to equals. I want to know what regular a. So what I do is basically I'm going to multiply both sides by a -1. Or you could think of it, if I change the sign on this side, I got to change the signs on this side, whichever way you want to think of it. And when I do that, when I change the signs on this side, I change the signs on this side, I get negative u plus k equals a. 2 is a little tricky. Number 3. I'm solving for a, so in order to solve for a, I got to multiply by c, so these cancel out, I get a by itself, and I get c times g. Try 4 on your own. What you're going to do is you're just going to add k to both sides, so you'll have u plus k equals a. For number 5, solving for x, I'm going to subtract m from both sides. So I end up with z minus m equals x. For number 6, solving for a, I'm going to divide by k, both sides. Solving for 7, you guys could slow this down. I know I'm doing a lot for you, but there's a few I want you to do on your own. I know these look weird, and I've experienced students having a lot of problems with these before. So these cancel out when I divide both sides by c. I got to undo that to get x by itself. So g divided by c equals x. G divided by c equals x. Try 8 on your own. So if you're solving for x, we have a minus m here, so you're just going to add m to both sides. So it should be z plus m equals x. For number 9, we're solving for x, so I'm going to add k to both sides. Cancels out, so I get u plus k equals x. This one's solve for a, then that means I'm going to divide by m both sides. When I divide by m, I get z equals m equals a. Number 11, if I'm solving for x, I'm going to add what is with it, because I have minus m. I'm going to do the opposite of that in order to get it by itself. So I got to add an m to this side. So adding an m to this side, that's what it looks like. Go ahead and try 12 on your own. You're going to do a couple things on this one. Man, I wish I was doing this one, but you would subtract b from both sides. So you have z minus b equals ma, and I still have an m multiplying that, so I divide by m, so you'll have z minus b divided by m equals a. 13, ac equals r divided by d. Solve for a. I have to divide both sides by c. So I'm going to take that whole quantity, r divided by d, divide that by c. Okay, so I just divided by c, cancel out. That's why I did it. I have 14 here for you also. We're going to solve for a. I just have to take this and divide by k. Cancels out. That's why I did it. V plus w divided by k looks just like that. Try 15 on your own. When you're solving for x, Notice I have a k and I have a y here. I'm just going to subtract both of those. So you should have u minus k minus y equals x. All right, hopefully this helps.